This is Nightline, March 3rd, 2010.
From acrobatic leaps to bouncing a ball on a beak, the dolphin is a beloved creature to behold. But not for everyone and not everywhere. Indeed, there are places where these sea mammals are very much in danger. But now there are some protectors, and they've gone to remarkable lengths to convey their message, as Chris Bury now reports.
They call him Flipper, Flipper, faster than lightning.
More than anything else, this is what started America's love affair with dolphins. An infatuation that the man who trained Flipper for that hit 60s TV show has come to deeply regret.
It exposed us to dolphins, but it also created this multi-billion-dollar industry, created a lot of captures, and it's the reason you don't see dolphins in Biscayne Bay anymore.
Rick O'Barry, now 70, has spent much of his life protecting dolphins from the cruelties of capture and confinement. O'Barry's recent exploits in Japan inspired the Oscar-nominated documentary The Cove. It takes place in the coastal Japanese town of Taiji, a place that, on the surface, seems to embrace and celebrate dolphins.
This town is not what it seems.
No. This is a town with a big secret.
A secret so dark and deadly that to expose it, O'Barry and the film crew go undercover. Rick tries on wigs, disguising himself as a woman. He tells us of threats from the Japanese mafia, the Yakuza.
Do you think you're a marked man?
Oh, I know I am. There's no question about that.
The secret is in this picturesque cove. On one side, unsuspecting tourists watch whales and dolphins frolic. But on the other, fishermen lure migrating dolphins into shallow water, banging on metal pipes, creating a wall of sound that drives them into a lagoon.
That's a dolphin's worst nightmare, right there. Hundreds of thousands of dolphins have died there.
O'Barry's journey to Japan began with a fundamental change of heart about humans prize dolphins for their entertainment value.
That dolphin smile is nature's greatest deception. That's the thing that gets them in so much trouble. That's why they're in captivity.
O'Barry's epiphany came 40 years ago on the Florida set of Flipper, when the star of the show, a dolphin named Kathy, died in his arms.
Flipper, or Kathy, committed suicide. Every breath they take is a conscious effort. And so if life becomes too unbearable, they have the option of not taking the next breath.
What was it about that moment that changed your life?
I became an activist. I was going to free every captive dolphin that I could. I was really motivated by guilt coming from that place.
O'Barry was arrested 3 times.
The very next day, O'Barry tried to free a dolphin he had once caught from a marine lab in the Bahamas. He was arrested.
Well, we're hoping to cut the fence down. Dolphins hopefully will go back home.
The first of many trips to jail for similar attempts around the world. Civil disobedience, O'Barry claims, that led American aquariums to change their ways.
Today they don't capture dolphins in America, and that is the only reason they don't capture them, because we got arrested, disrupted the captures, went to jail, went on a hunger strike, and the media came and exposed it.
Now O'Barry's main target is the dolphin industry in Japan. In Taiji, a few, the females with unblemished skin, are chosen by trainers for dolphin shows around the world. The prime females are sold for more than $100,000 each. The rest, the vast majority, are slaughtered to be sold as seafood.
Do these trainers know that many of the dolphins are going to be killed?
Oh, of course they do, sure.
To capture that on film, O'Barry and his team had to outmaneuver hostile Japanese fishermen and pierce a thick veil of security.
Let's go, you guys.
Like commandos, they sneaked into the Forbidden Cove, hiding cameras in fake rocks, up in trees, and deep underwater.
Get out of there. Get out of there now.
One moment it is the most tranquil, beautiful place in the world for dolphins. Within minutes it can turn into Dante's Inferno for dolphins, the most violent place in the world.
In minutes, as the fishermen begin their killing, the turquoise water turns crimson.
Oh man, it's hard to watch. This is the dolphins being executed.
And this is all the dolphin blood?
Yeah, It completely fills up full of blood.
O'Berry blames the slaughter on a growing demand for dolphins to perform at shows and aquariums around the world.
What kind of money is there in this business?
It's a multi-billion-dollar profit industry.
American aquariums once took part in wild dolphin captures, a practice they agreed to stop in 1989.
We do not support the Japanese dry fishery in any way, shape, or form, and we are very successful at breeding our animals here.
At places like Seaquarium in Miami, home of the original flipper, nearly all the dolphins are born in captivity.
There's no need to actually take the animals from the wild.
In Japan, intense media coverage led officials to suspend the dolphin hunt late last year until the cameras left.
Once we left, it was business as usual.
So they're still killing dolphins?
They are.
We reached out to the Japanese fishermen. The Taiji Fishing Association told us, quote, "Media and outsiders do not dictate what and when we catch." But Rick O'Berry believes the Japanese may put an end to the slaughter, and not because of sympathy for the dolphins.
The reason will be mercury poisoning. It will be because the product is tainted.
You want this to win the Oscar?
The most popular television show in Japan is the Oscars. So I want to see the Cove win for that reason. On a personal level, it doesn't mean anything to me.
Now, more than 40 years after he helped make dolphins so popular, O'Berry no longer feels guilty.
And what do you think concretely that you have accomplished now here?
There are no more captures taking place in America, Europe, different parts of the world. So their circle is getting smaller and smaller, and that's a huge accomplishment.
A man once driven by guilt who now feels validated by his life's work to set things right. I'm Chris Bury for Nightline in Miami.
And the makers of the Cove will learn their Oscar fate Sunday night. Good luck to them, and our thanks to Chris Bury.